This is the SHIB coin 1 month overview reading for the month of June 2024. It's currently May 21st, 2024, 6:14 p.m. Eastern Time. SHIB coin at the time of this reading is 0.0000255531, just a fraction of a cent, and that's USD. The shuffle video for the June SHIB coin reading was created on May 2nd, 2024 at 10:16 p.m. Eastern Time. That's the video playing for you in the lower left corner. The overall theme of behavior for SHIB coin in June: a notable decline offering opportunity to close a short position and or open up a long position. It's a strong cross-reading congruency. On the 1 year, we have the Ace of Cups as a low signification in the early part of June, and we have the Ace of Cups as a theme card. Very strong correlation. And this is also crossed with the failure card, a decline through multiple support levels. So overall should be pretty bearish behavior around the highest side. We'll be revisiting a support level with a period of sideways rotation and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of sideways rotation. We should revisit a support level. So we most likely see the high more than once. We'll revisit it and do some sideways rotation, like temporarily turning it into support and have some sideways rotation, seeing the high a few times. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a decline that ends with a fast sudden move higher forming the low for the month of June. Now I'm going to get into the day-by-day chart behavior as well as timing the highs and the lows and the best trade opportunities. But before I do that, I just want to make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube Tips. And that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. So let's get back into it. On the first, we have a decline to and through support to meet another support. We bounce along that support sideways and then break down through more supports. It's also got a correlation to an Ace of Cups. So it looks like there's also a pretty big move to the upside. Hard to say if the move to the upside comes before or after the decline here on the first, but overall a mixed day. We should have a move to the upside. Probably comes after the decline. A decline, move to the upside, and then on the second, we've got the failure energy in a period of volatility. There should be a significant decline through multiple support levels, and the volatility should end with a fast sudden move higher. We have a lowest low here on the third where we attempt to establish support. Off of that low, we have a fast sudden move higher, a big move to the upside on the fourth. And overall on the fifth, we have a decline through multiple support levels, but it does look like out of a trough early in the day on the fifth, there's a notable move to the upside. This is also the preview card from May, indicating significant relevance here. Pretty mixed. On the sixth, we have a crest. It's probably like the crest is on the 6th, and we probably declined like somewhere around the cusp of the 6th, 7th from that crest down to and through support. We do a U-shaped reversal below that support, come back and reuse it as support, and then that decline on the 6th continues into early on the 7th. The decline on the 6th continuing to early on the 7th, offering trade opportunity. A notable move to the upside on the 7th to a failed attempt to break through key resistance on the 8th. Failed attempt to break through key resistance on the 8th. It may also be a highest high thus far there on the 8th. It's followed by a decline through key support, and then an unexpected move. Okay, so there's a trough. There's a trough on the 6th. We decline into a trough on the 7th, I should say. And from that trough on the 7th, which is a notable decline into the trough, there's a big move to the upside into a failed attempt to break through key resistance on the 8th, followed by a decline through key support, and then taking us back into a trough early in the day on the 9th with a big move to the upside, an unexpected move to the upside, taking us to a peak early in the day on the 9th. So a really big move there, a prominent trough there and a prominent peak. And then on the 10th, we have a slightly higher prominent peak and a rally that offers opportunity. That rally takes us into a highest high on the 11th. And we do 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level on the 11th with a trade opportunity towards the end of the day on the 11th before a sharp drop to lowest low again. 3 pokes through the same price level on the 13th, followed by a sharp drop into a off of the third poke, taking us into a trough early in the day on the 11th. And that's like the last location of a possible highest high there towards the end of the day on the 13th. It's not the strongest possibility. I think the highest high is probably somewhere right around the 11th, the 10th or the 11th. But there's a trough, a big move to the downside into a trough early in the day on the 11th, and then an unexpected move to the upside, even in the face of seemingly overwhelmingly negative technical chart behavior. We rally into a key resistance on the 15th and then decline pretty notably from that resistance there on the 15th. Decline continues into the 16th, where we revisit a support level that was recently a past opportunity. Decline continues into the 17th, but out of the decline on the 17th, there's a big move from the bottom of the range all the way to the top of the range. Trade opportunity there as well. We'll talk about it in more detail in the paid version. Before we go any further, let's take a look and see how we did for April. All right, so we have a highest high somewhere around the 2nd, 3rd, around the 4th, 5th, and then around the 7th. So it looks like 2nd, 3rd, almost the high. We missed that by a day. 4th, 5th, we came close again. If you take out this one bar, this is all pretty solid, which is sometimes how it works. And then that's the 9th. So it looks like we have another high here around the 10th, 11th. So we were a little bit off, but we did have like that there was going to be multiple highs here. Pretty good. I mean, we had that we're going to have multiple highs here throughout the week. We had a significant drop on the 9th, and then on the 11th, I have this highest high and a prominent trough, and the Princess of Discs is indicating a lot of price change. You can see there with an important support level highlighted on a multi-day scale. You can see we went right through that support. And then this death card on the 13th, indicating lowest low. For whatever reason, I didn't see it as a lowest low, but that ended up being the lowest low. On the 15th, we have a prominent peak and a prominent crest. Yeah, I mean, you could say that's the case there. It's like a breakout that didn't last, right? And then I have a lowest low on the 16th, and then again on the 23rd, 24th. Looks like that one's a little bit late. I have a highest high on the 28th. So it looks like we went a little haywire in the last week. We did have that there was lows again in the last week, and that there was also a high there in the last week, but the days are definitely off a little bit. As far as trades are concerned, on the 5th, we had a decline, Ace of Swords decline from a highest high, and then the following day we returned back to that. So that's that trade opportunity to open a short at that resistance, sell it when we decline, and then open up a long and close that long when we return back to those price levels, right? Which we returned back, depending on if you're looking at the candlestick or the wick, returned back the very next day, or we returned back on the 7th. But either way, that was a solid trade. And then on the 10th, we had, in the midst of a decline, offered an opportunity to open up a long position and close a long position the very next day. Wouldn't have been quite at a highest high, but it still would have been profitable. We also had that sharp decline starting on the 10th, right? And continuing into the death card there on the 13th. And then from the bottom of range out of a decline, we went from the bottom of range back to the top of the range. That's that strength card. And even so, still was the overall decline, which is that Prince of Cups card. Yeah, and it looks like that highest high there around the 25th, I missed that ruin. It's like I almost didn't see it or something because it's not marked properly. But that would have given me a high right there on point. Not my best work, but not awful. I mean, most of these trades would have been pretty solid. On the 21st, there was an opportunity there. So first off, in the midst of a decline on the 19th, 20th, so failed attempt on the 19th, 20th to break through key resistance that it looks like we're going to break through based on technicals. Instead, we declined through key support. You could open up a long position and close that long position the very next day, or held it until the day after on the 21st. Actually, I would have advised to hold on to it on the 21st. That would have been really solid. And then it looks like this last trade over here probably wouldn't have worked out so well, but considering all the other ones were pretty solid. I mean, we're not going to be right all the time, guys. It's important to understand that and trade responsibly, because if you trade responsibly, you'll have a superior edge. If you trade like a jerk and you bet everything on one trade again and again and again, what do you think is going to happen? Eventually, one of those trades you're going to lose way more than you can handle. So don't do it. Just don't do it. Defensive living. Overall, pretty solid reading, guys. If you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. What you get in the paid version is information you won't find anywhere else, as far as highest highs, lowest lows, what type of chart behavior to look for as far as entry and exit into and out of the general timing of those highs and lows, and then price level information whenever we're able to extrapolate that as well. All of that in the paid version, well ahead of the market. We're running roughly a 95% accuracy right now, guys, 95% accuracy. So with that said, you get the paid version here under hover over our services on our website, tarotfortraders.com, click on Ask Meta Post, scroll down to monthly subscription, click here to order. You can subscribe to just Google or any of these stickers individually, or you can subscribe and get the paid version of all of them for the all paid monthlies of predictions. It also gives you access to the one-offs when people order custom monthlies. You get access to those as well, and there's usually at least a couple of customs every month. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that. Really great way, again, to support the channel and show your appreciation, and you guys are really the core foundation of support for the channel. Not to mention, it's also the most popular subscription on the channel. All right, guys, let's get back into it. So that big move out of a decline on the 17th from the bottom of range to the top of a range, it looks like that probably also turns over, like it's a pop and then a drop, because here on the 18th we have a notable decline based on that yellow correlation. And there's at one point we successfully turn resistance into support, but I think that will probably be just temporarily, and then we have a notable decline, and then that decline turns into a rally on the 19th along a diagonal trend line that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line, taking us into a sideways fluctuating decline on the 20th. That precedes a rally, and that sideways fluctuating decline on the 20th will take us to our lowest low for the month. Price swings on the 21st, a rally on the 22nd through key resistance. We stay above it briefly, break back down to the same price level shortly thereafter, and then on the cusp of the 22nd, 23rd, another notable move to the upside. A rally on the 23rd that increases with momentum moving forward in time. There is possibility that this is the lowest low here as well because of the death card and its correlation to the Ace of Cups. I'm going to circle it off because it is a possibility. It's not like the strongest, but it is a possibility, so let's make sure we don't forget that. It looks like this decline with this opportunity to open up a long position as a theme card, it probably continues into June based on the sneak preview card there being the Princess of Cups. In any case, we have important trough on the 24th, on the 25th. Oh, and also a big move to the upside. The notable decline into a trough and then a big move to the upside, but it's kind of like, again, like a pop and drop. That big move to the upside turns over. We do sideways rotation on the 25th that ends with a fast sudden move higher, and then there's a notable decline that starts from a peak on the 26th early in the day, and we decline pretty notably to key support on the 26th. An important resistance level on the 27th is highlighted that we failed to break through many times before, and then on the 28th we have a period of sideways rotation along key support. We rally on the 29th into key resistance about midday, and then decline from that resistance with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. And then on the 30th there's a bit of a rally, but that rally does turn over. It completes itself on the 30th. There's also a lot of price change, probably to the downside there on the 30th based on that Herkimer diamond. Yeah, to the downside. And that's SHIB coin for June 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. Stay tuned if you got the paid version. We're going to get into the best trades momentarily.